Hello everybody, this is Amnesty here, bringing you the beta for Diablo 3. Just going to talk about a few things here, give you an idea of what the game's going to be like when it comes out later on in the month of May. Right now I'm just looking through the new auction house system they have. You can use the original one they have in most MMOs, and then they have a real world one where you can actually spend money on. I'll just go ahead and start talking about the development of Diablo 3. It looks like Diablo 3 was spent 4 to 5 years in development before being officially announced. It possessed a development team of around 60 to 65 individuals. The reason for the delay was there was a lot of debate within Blizzard as to what kind of game Diablo 3 was going to be. As soon as the direction was chosen, the art style that would be used came under discussion. Initially, the game as a whole was set to be dark and gritty, but it was found that monsters blended in too well with the background. Additionally, the choice was not universally greeted with enthusiasm, and a petition was created by players to force Blizzard Entertainment to change the art direction for the game.
On the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
We can't open the gates until we drive them back.
They keep coming.
I'll go ahead and talk about the plot here, as I kill off skeletons and undead armies. 20 years have passed since the destruction of the World Stone, the ending of Diablo 2's Lord of the Destruction. The world of Sanctuary was prepared for an invasion from the Burning Hells. However, the invasion never actually happened, prompting Deckard Cain to seek information as to why. Much of the story will be based around the Archangel Tyrell. Archangel Imperius is speculated to be present as well. It has been confirmed that at least one of the two remaining lesser evils, Asmodan and Belial, is behind the failed invasion of Sanctuary, and that Act 2 of the game will heavily focus on deception due to its association with Belial. That being said, however, Diablo's return has been confirmed despite his earlier death.
Tristram used to be such a wonderful place to live. My family has been here since the town grew out of the ruins of old Tristram. But now, it's horrible. The loved ones we've buried and grieved over now threaten our lives.
I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about the classes.
Are you Leah? Rumford said you survived the fallen
Right
star.
now I'm playing a wizard class, but there's a total of 5 different classes. The barbarian, the witch doctor, the wizard, the monk, and the demon hunter.
Watch out! The wounded are turning!
The witch doctor will be a new class. They can summon undead monsters, but without the need of dead bodies like a necromancer. They appear to be a mixture of the necromancer, the druid, and alchemist, with some skill also reminiscent of the warlock from World of Warcraft, such as Terrify and Mass Confusion. While these are old necromancer skills, they are much more potent now. The barbarian returns from Diablo 2 as the straightforward brute force fighter, with some new abilities as well. The barbarian's mechanics seem very similar to those in the last game, with most moves being very close range, with exceptions such as the leap ability. The wizard, which I'm playing right now, is the run-off-the-mill magic user in Diablo 3, combining the brilliance of sorcerers and the cunning and stealth of the assassin. Only the female wizard was playable in BlizzCon. The male wizard's gameplay was revealed a while ago by Jay Wilson, when he stated that the fans will hate one of the new classes for the game, courtesy of resembling a former one. But seeing the attitude of the new wizard compared to its brooding predecessors and the powerful skills it wields, fans have taken a certain liking for the wizard, which I can say I have indeed. You'll see some of the spells I cast here in the future. The monk is another melee-based class. It appears to rely entirely, or at least mostly, on its fist and fist-based weapons, similar to the weapon choice of the assassin in the previous game. Some
What can I
attacks
do
will
to
have a
help you
limited
fight the
range,
risen
so
dead?
not as all combat
admire
occurs
your
at very
courage.
close range.
Captain Dalton and the
He
militia
also
were
possesses
slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
holy
Thanks
light
for the
abilities
warning,
which
but I won't
allow
be
for
dying
healing.
today.
Well, I
The
have
Demon
seen you
Hunter,
fight.
which is
Strike at the
my
wretched
second
mothers
choice
and
I'm
their queen.
interested in
They're the
seeing in
ones
action,
vomiting out these
is a new
horrors.
class that's being
They're
introduced in
attacking the
Diablo 3.
barricades.
What gameplay Blizzard has shown, the Demon Hunter looks to be a combination of the Assassin, with its ability to throw grenades, and the Amazon in its uses of crossbows. However, the class looks as it's going to dual-wield crossbows, which is a completely original concept
That's
in
one of
reference
the
to prior
wretched mothers.
games.
There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
Another thing I want to mention is followers.
I,
It's an-
Deckard Cain, have spent
it's,
many years
like having
traveling
henchmen,
and writing about the
which you had in
strange
Diablo
creatures
2.
in our world,
And you'll
but
be
the sight
able to
of
get
the
access to a
wretched
total of
mothers
3 different
still
followers.
haunts me. They are the
You can only
remnants
bring
of
one
Queen
follower with you
Asila's
at any given
slaughtered
time.
handmaidens
However,
who were
you can
twisted
choose
by
to swap
foul
to a
magic.
different follower
Now
if you've
they
completed the
feast
quest
upon
line to gain the
cadavers
loyalty
and
of another
regurgitate them
follower.
as newly formed,
Each
risen
follower will
dead.
gain two skill or spell types chosen by the player at levels 5, 10, 15, and 20 for the Templar, 10, 15, 20, and 25 for the Scoundrel, and 15, 20, 25, and 30 for the Enchantress. There are 8 skills in total for each of these 3 followers. Now, what kind of monsters do you think you'll be taking on? Well, there's a ton of monsters out there, but here in the beta, ones that you may come across that I've seen include Beast, Dark Berserkers, Dark Demons, Walking
I don't have
Crabs,
enough arcane power.
Crawling Torsos, Dark Vessels, Activated Vessels, Ghouls, Ghostly Orbs, Grotesque, Lamprey, Moon, Clan Warrior, and the list goes on and on and on. But 2 unique monsters that have been shown is the 1000-pounder and the Siegebreaker Assault Beast. A third is super unique monster, possibly an act boss, the Mistress of Pain, was reviewed a while back. New game mechanic has been created in the game that, after the end of each battle, there will be a number of corpses left behind to give a sense of aftermath. This will stay until the player moves off the screen. This change is likely brought about by the community's negative reaction to the disappearing corpses in the initial gameplay. Let's talk about locations. Diablo 3 is set in Sanctuary, but has a very wide variety of locations to explore. This agrees with the trend in each Diablo game. Diablo 1 focused on only one town, while Diablo 2 allowed players to explore 5 different environments, but still had only one town from each locale. Diablo 3 seems to let the player explore almost the entirety of Sanctuary. At the moment, many locations, most of them as yet unseen in-game, has been released as either concept art or as official lore. The first and most staple in every Diablo game is the town of Tristram, where Diablo 1 was set. It appears in a new avatar as New Tristram. Old Tristram still has the cathedral, which is explorable dungeon in Act 1. The second and third ones seen were in Diablo 3 cinematic trailer, Caldeum and Ure. Caldeum is speculated to be present because of its importance in the game lore as the reason for its corruption in Aranok. It may also be noted that Caldeum is the home of now supposedly deceased author-turned-explorer Abd al-Hazia. The lost city of Ahimra is seen in the cinematic trailer exactly as it described in the Sin War novels. This has led to much speculation regarding the player meeting Zale, the necromancer. It was confirmed to be Ure in a concept art released by Blizzard after a few weeks of the release of the cinematic trailer.
Nice to put an end to the attacks. At
We've
least
seen a
for
lot
now.
of gameplay here, but I'm just going to talk briefly about it. The entire quest system has been revamped. Along with the main storyline quest, there will be character-specific quests as well as random adventures, mini-quests generated randomly on the map or in dungeons. Quests are introduced almost immediately and will display their status as they are completed. In the
Still
beta, most of the quests follow linear progression as the story of the character unfolds, but but a few branches
Where's all the
appear as
treasure?
the game
Thieves
progresses.
didn't take it, did they?
The players can explore almost the entirety of Sanctuary. The outdoor environment has been left unspoiled for 20 years and looks more like a fantasy setting. The dungeons are still randomized, but the random map generator has undergone an overhaul. However, there are still hard borders to areas, and players must go around some obstacles like crevices and large fixed objects like trees and inaccessible buildings.
Adventurer, scholar, and researcher. I share my knowledge of this incredible world and its creatures through my insightful missives, often at grave risk
Small
to myself.
amounts of
Why, I was
experience
recently in
can
Honduras,
also be
where
gained
my
by
tents
destroying
were
many
ransacked by
destructible
vicious
objects
quillfiends.
in a short
I
period
was
of
able
time.
to beat them off with a shoe, but a less
The game
bold
now
man would have
incorporates the
fared far
Havoc
worse.
physics engine and enables players to utilize the environment to help in their quest. For example, huge walls can be reduced to rubble to squash monsters by the barbarian skill, Seismic Slam. Even monsters use the environment, which was demonstrated by ghouls scaling the walls to reach the barbarian. Many more parts of what appears to be a seamless background environment are destructible. Some dilapidated areas will collapse without harming the player in most cases,
Diablo himself once walked
automatically
this place.
when the player gets to or near passes under parts of structures. Potions have a lesser importance because of health globes. Slain monsters may drop a health globe when picked up, will replenish the character's health, similar to how healing potions work. When playing cooperatively, nearby allies will also be replenished.
Thank you for your
Cooperative is
But
one of the
could you
things
put some
I've been
sense
looking
into
forward to the
Leah?
most.
She won't give up on
In
the
cooperative
idea of
play,
rescuing her
loot is
uncle.
dropped for individual
Nor should she.
players,
I will help her find
so
her.
one player cannot see what the other gets. This was done to encourage trading between players in a group and reducing thievery. Cooperative play remains as the core of multiplayer, with the drop-in,
Let us
drop-out
search for
feature.
your uncle.
We'll need to open the cathedral first.
Similar to the
guards locked it
characters
up before they were
in
ambushed.
the
Rumford told me
NPCs
they
are
fought
also
their way
more
back to
lively
Adria's
and will
house.
have
The king must
interesting
still be
black
there.
backstories.
I promised Marco I'd protect him, but now
As you can see here, I just got my own ally. She's going to assist me
Here,
on this
let me
quest.
open the gate. Adria was my mother, but I don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Deckard.
What about your father?
I'm told he was a great warrior who was lost when Tristram fell to the demons.
The gameplay video showed the barbarian communicating to Deckard Cain in a new interface. The player characters have also been given more interactivity and are able to choose conversation options while conversing with NPCs.
Follow me.
The characters have unique voices,
There was more to your mother than you know.
and it will
People said
reveal
she
their
was a
own
witch,
backstory and
but I never
conversation.
believed it.
In turn, the characters, players, will speak back to the NPC. Followers will carry on short conversations with the player as they adventure together, revealing more of each follower's origin and backstory.
Captain Dalton!
The mode of traveling will be similar to Diablo 2. 4 acts are present, each roughly the same length as those featured in its predecessor. Not every act has a central town, however. Differences have been made to the waypoint system. A new checkpoint system
That's impossible.
having
Heal
been
me.
able to supplement waypoints. Checkpoints allow characters that have died to return to the fray quickly without going through the hassle of returning from town, as was the case in Diablo 2. New teleporters revealed in the beta that can appear deep inside some dungeons, if the player discovers they aren't part of the active quest objective.
Here's the key, and my mother's journal. What I've seen of it is disturbing. I want to know more about her, but that can wait. We need to save Uncle Deckard first.
I will search the cathedral. You stay here and learn what you can.
Thank you.
Aiden came to me last night. I suspected what was lurking within his troubled heart. I consoled him as best I could. Regardless, wherever he's headed, hell will surely follow in his wake.
The UI is
Shadows
generally
close in
the
on
same as its
Tristram once
predecessor,
again.
besides the
But like
graphical
Aiden,
upgrades, and will
I'll
be
be
very
gone
familiar to
before they
Diablo
fall.
2 players. However, there are some differences. The health and mana globes have moved around toward the center, rather than being all the way in the corners. The stamina bar has disappeared. The experience bar is now at the bottom of the screen, spanning the distance from the health globe to the mana globe. The UI is almost definitely not finalized, so although it will probably resemble that we have seen so far, it definitely changed. As part of character class customization in Diablo 3, runes will return from Diablo 2. The skill runes will be used to enhance character class skills. As the player levels up, more skill runes become available. Each skill rune gives a different effect and attribute to the base skill. The use of skill runes will increase the number of skill variations to 6, including the base skill, and as each character class has at least 20 skills, the overall total of skill variations per class is 20 square root of 6. I'm just going to talk about one last thing before I just let you watch the rest of the game, and it's the items itself. Diablo 3 expands the player's character's arsenal by leaps and bounds. Many items make a return in the form of magic, rare and unique types. It has been mentioned that some of the more popular Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 items may make a return, but that the color system could change, though normal and magic items are still white and turquoise respectively. There are purple-colored items as seen in the gameplay video. The items have a visual background color in the inventory depending on their type. Items with magical attributes will also give a visual effect when equipped by the character. This is a great improvement from the different color palettes that we used in Diablo 2's magic item. For armor, Blizzard stated that there will be no customization of characters outside of choosing your gender. However, the Diablo series is known for its custom avatar look through the countless pieces of armor. You have your helmet, your body armor, gloves, boots, belt, amulet, 2 rings, and 2 weapons, one for your one-handed and one for your shield, or 2-handed weapons. Also shows that there are added slots for pauldrons, vambraces, and pants. It's been stated that all the parts will have an impact on the visuals of the character, meaning that not only armor, helmets, and weapons will make your character's appearance an improvement from Diablo 2. Elixirs. Elixirs have been seen in the game as well. While in Diablo 1 they would give stat bonuses, there have been no official statements of what their functions may serve. However, it appears that they provide stat bonuses here as well, judging from the names matching the types of stats in Diablo 3. Elixir of Willpower and Elixir of Vitality are 2 examples. And finally, I'll mention gems. Gems do make a reappearance, and it appears that there is another type of category of gems than their power levels, aka chipped flawed. Prefixes such as square and star have been spotted. What they signify in item value and function is currently unknown. Gems have 14 quality levels, but only the first 5 can be obtained as drops from monsters. The rest must be crafted from jeweler artisan. So that pretty much wipes up everything I have to say about Diablo 3. My impressions. The game itself is actually pretty darn fun, and I'm looking forward to the release of the game. I am wondering if I want to do a wizard or a demon hunter, but I like the spell casting. It's very manageable with the mana coming back up so easily. I'm just gonna attach the rest of the footage for what I have left. You just kind of check it out and see what happens at the very end. Once again, thank you for watching the video, and have a great day.
Foul minions, stay back! Back! May this wedge hold. The skeleton king The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones!
I don't have enough arcane power. King, I will save you!
Back to your graves! Thank you, but why did you risk yourself for me?
You live. Fortune smiles on you, old man. I'm here to bring you back to Leah.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I feared the worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found. We must discuss the fallen star. Follow me to Tristram.
Uncle, you're alive!
Thanks to you and your friend here.
Our time is running short. What can you tell me about the fallen star?
Not much, I'm afraid, though the prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign that the end has begun.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.